your story is such an important one for parents to hear. If there was one message you'd like us to take away and learn from your experience, what would that be?
One of the biggest messages that I can share is that you have to realize that this does, and it can happen. It can happen to your family. It really can happen, so you have to prevent it. It's not something that happens in a scary movie or in a scary book. This is real life. And if you don't work to prevent it, it can happen to you.
There seems to be such a disconnect, I think, between what happens in the online world and how we behave in the online world versus what we would do in the real life, in meeting face to face. How do we help people to overcome that?
It's so important to realize that you have to be a good online citizen as well as a good person in the real world. When I speak to kids, it's something that I really try to impress upon them, that your self-worth is not valued by the number of likes you have or the number of followers you have. You want to be likable in the real world. You want to be a good person in the real world. And you want friends, not followers, in the real world. We have to shift this sort of way that we look at the universe being this completely online world where we can edit and Photoshop and change things and perfect things, and go back to the real world where, yes, it's not pretty all the time and it's certainly not perfect, but we have to live in it. It's hard. It's wonderful.
Parents live such busy lives, and it's hard to keep on top of everything your children are doing physically, let alone in the online space. What's your advice to those people who want to get closer to what's going on?
Do research. It is a parent's job to keep their kids safe. You have to make that a focus. You can't just let your child sort of find their way in this world. You have to tell them in the same way to wear their seatbelt or look across the street both ways before they go across. And don't touch that pot. It's really hot.
Yes.
You have to sit down and you have to talk to your children.
Yes.
And you don't want to scare them. Well, you do want to scare them, but not to the point where it's debilitating. It's not about making them fearful of the world. It's about empowering them. So get online, get a Snapchat, get an Instagram, play with it, figure out how it works. Look at your child's, get on theirs, see what they're up to. And it's not about the fact that your child is a bad kid. It's about your child who can make a mistake or that they can be manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are so impressionable.
It's such an important message. Kids make mistakes. That's how they grow and learn, and we need to be there for them as they do. I wish all parents could hear your story and learn from what you've gone through. How do we make this real for people and not just that one horrible example?
It's one thing to monitor your child's activity, and that's sort of where it seems sneaky and violating of privacy. But again, that's okay, as long as you don't take it too far. But what's super important is that you have an open line of communication with your children, that you let them know how much you love them, and that they can come to you with absolutely anything. Kids are so afraid that you're going to judge them, that you're going to be disappointed in them. So don't let that be a part of that conversation. It's not about that you're proud of them for coming to you. In fact, they've made a really good decision, and maybe even reward them for that. And that you're going to tackle this together, no matter what.
Thank you. Your story is inspirational in how you've been an advocate for cyber safety across the world, and we look forward to sharing your message with others so that they may learn too.